I'm from Kentucky, and I'm curious why you wrote Bowling Green.
Why I wrote Bowling Green? I had nothing else to do. That's a nice question, thank you.
Hi, my name is Mary Jane. I am from Brazil. I would like to know why DJ High split up. I never understand properly why they did split up. Finish.
Sorry, I didn't get that. Why?
Why DJ High is split up, finish, separated, doesn't sing anymore as a band?
I can't get all of this.
No? Okay.
It's the microphone rather than deaf. It's too echoey. I'm sorry, can anyone help me on that question?
Hi, my name is Christina, I'm from Spain. I think what Mary Jane was trying to say is she wants to know why did AHA decide to split up after 1994? I mean, well, do you know, could you give us any information about how was this breakup? Why did it come?
Why did they break up?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's not a good room here. Well, it's interesting. If you look at the history of rock and roll, I mean, it's in a way, it's what I term a natural evolution. Because it's like a marriage. And people get married. Some people are married for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, some for life. But usually, in the music business, I mean, you tell me how many bands have ever stayed together without some break at some time. I mean, if you look at Genesis, you look at the band going ahead, you see Peter Gabriel leaving, and then you see, various guys in the group that come and go. Phil Collins, he comes, he plays drums, then he sings, then he leaves, then he's solo, then they go back. So really, there's nothing wrong in that. It's almost a natural evolution. The most important thing is to me, as a human being, I think it's really nice that even when groups do break up, or for a while, or split, and someone wants to do some solo projects, that's okay. As long as they remain friends, not necessarily AHA, but they are friends. But, as long as they keep together. But it is a natural evolution. I mean, you just think yourselves how many groups you know of that have broken up. I hate that word, but they're separated. There comes a time, a lot of people don't realise with groups, it's very important you know this, for every group, for every artist, that when their career starts, there are enormous demands upon the artist, enormous. I mean, for you and for me. We see them on television, we hear the records, and we think, that's it. But the life of a musician, the life of a group, is extremely difficult, is very demanding. And the first point, they're human beings, they have families, children, they're married, in some cases, or whatever. But when you're signed to the record company make enormous demands on you. Especially if we're talking about AHA, that's why we're all here today. When their first record happened, it happened in 30, 40 countries, I don't know. So you've got to imagine, you've got 30 or 40 record companies, the same record company, but their offices are in these 40 or 50 countries, and they all want AHA tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. It's crazy. So there's all this planning where the boys have to be flown around the world. They get off the plane, and there's no just sitting around. They get off the plane, and there's people from the record company there. They grab you and pull you here, and then you have to go and do interviews with radio, television shows, interviews. And then this is before you start touring. This is what we call promotion. And that can be just one morning, and then at 2 in the afternoon, you're on a plane to another city or another country, and you do the same thing again. And this builds up enormous tension. And at first of all, there's a lot of adrenaline, because everybody's excited. But after a while, it really drags you down, and it's very important to keep healthy and to be focused. And you need a lot of luck. It's not an easy business in the music business. It's very, very difficult. And we're all here today, and we've all seen the tragedies which have happened. The deaths we've seen, the suicides, the drug thing. It's very, very difficult. And so with AHA, I think they did remarkably well. They stayed together as AHA for a long time, and it's still AHA, you know. I don't know, maybe that's the way I feel about some things. I hope you gained a little from that.
Hello, my name is Dave. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. I don't know what a manager does for a band, so can you describe or be more specific what your job duties were with AHA and promoting them or being their manager?
Detroit, Michigan, nice. I've been to Niles, Michigan, I played there. The role of a manager is quite important because I just outlined the pressures on the group. And there are the pressures of the group with the touring, any interviews, etc., etc. Now, so the manager's job, first of all, the manager's got to have vision of where this group's going to go. In my case, I was lucky, an older man, and I had been working with some of the major bands in the world. So I knew what to do. So, and the objective for a manager is to keep the group together as best as possible in terms of friendship, to hopefully make the right decisions for them of should they tour now, should they tour later. The manager would, with the record company and with the artist, you've got to pick the right producers for the records you're going to make. You jointly pick the right directors who are making your video. And then when it comes time to tour, it's the manager's job to get the most proficient promoter so that everything goes safely and smoothly. And then when you're going to all these different countries, you need, in my case, I've done it before, so it was easier. But you've got to make sure as best you can that the group stay healthy, stay focused. And the manager has to keep in constant contact with the record companies because they're making enormous demands on us all the time. Sometimes you have to offend them and say no to certain requests. Other times it's okay. It's not easy being a manager because you can't, there's an old saying in the music business, when everything goes well, everybody says, why do you need a manager? When everything goes wrong, they say it's the manager's fault. So it's very hard to win. So that's a little bit of what it's all about, you know.